I give a lot of speeches around the world, and a little while back I was giving a talk in Los Angeles, and I had an occasion to meet a man from the future. Peter was talking about imagining the future. And the way it worked was I was pacing around in the back of the room, which I often do before I speak, and a guy comes up to me and he says, "You're Ken Dykewald, right?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, I've got a client here." He was a fitness instructor. He says, "I've got a client I'd like for you to meet." And I said, "You know, I'm going on in a few minutes. Bad time." He says, "I think you're going to enjoy this." So I come into the audience, and he introduces me to a guy. I distinctly remember him. His name was Ben. Looked about 75. He was about 6'2", lean, fit. He had 2 hearing aids on. And shook his hand, and he gave me one of those crushing handshakes that older guys will sometimes do to let you know they can knock you out if that was something they had in mind to do. And I said, "So I hear you've been working out." He says, "Yeah, it feels great." I said, "How many days a week you go to the gym?" He said, 4. I says, "Why at this age? Why'd you start?" He says, "Well, I was starting to lose my energy, and I thought I wanted to kind of have it all going on in the next century." So I said to him, "How old were you when you started working out?" He said, 100. He was 102, just gotten into the fitness thing. And the sense I had was that I was meeting a man from the future. That in the future we'll meet a lot of 100-year-olds who are starting a new marriage or writing their first book or traveling around the world. And by the way, a little later that year, it's a true story, he actually was entered into the Senior Olympics. And as it turns out, he entered into his age category. And so in every event in which he participated, he set a new world's record. You know, so he threw the shot put, whatever it was, like a foot. But it was a new world's record. And they ran the 50-yard dash in, I don't know, 10 minutes. It's a new world's record. And this is an interesting thought. The idea of what might we be in our maturity is up for grabs, is a completely uncharted zone. May very well be the next frontier.